become fit or fitter than you currently are and live a more healthy life, okay? Because it's one of those problems that most people, they just want to, their goal is not to be strong or be like really bodybuilder type, okay? Be really bodybuilder type. And to be honest, as I'm getting older and as I've had a family, or I'm in a family now, and I've had a baby, I have the same goal as well. I don't want to be bodybuilder type. I just want to be really fit, healthy and strong, mobile, and really, really, really enjoying life, you know? Yeah, because as you get older, you get more tired. Now, I'm not old. I'm not saying I'm old, and many of you will think, oh, you're only young. But I agree. But I just don't want to get tired as I get older, and I'm here to help you, okay? So, what would I do? So, I'll go over a couple of steps, starting off on step one. Step one. I'm whispering in your left ear right now. Step one. Basically, you just want to get a little bit more active, okay? You just want to get a little bit more active. Now, I know that sounds like such a simple step, and a lot of these steps are going to be simple, okay? But step number one is you want to get more active. And I'm not saying get more active by going to the gym, but what I'm saying is you need to get more active by going outside, and going for walks outside in nature, going for walks, going for bike rides, going to the park with your kids, or going just get outside and do some walking, going on some nature walks with your friends rather than going to the shopping centres and eating food, okay? I know the latter is important as well. For mental health, to really enjoy life and go outside and get be social with your friends. However, you can be social with your friends doing other stuff. Or if you, I don't know, maybe you haven't got any friend apart from me and you. If so, then you just need to get outside and start talking to people, and just being out in nature really helps to start off your fitness journey. That's going to help wire your brain. To be like more fit and live a more healthy lifestyle. I know this sounds like a simple step, but trust me. If you take this advice and you actually put it into practice every day, it's going to work out for you and you're going to be better off than where you are now. Trust me. Okay, so that's step number one. Just become more active. Stand up from your office desk. Go for a walk every morning or every time you have a break. Just do some star jumps. Go outside and get nature, okay? Second step is you've got to really want it inside your brain. Now, why is this the second step? Because the first step is go outside and get more active in nature, and that's going to help clear your brain. So now you can think about this second step again. And the second step is you've got to really know why you want to get fit. You've got to really have a think about what's important to you. And this can get a little bit deep. For example, if you are an older individual, maybe what's important to you is seeing your family for another 10, 15 years and not having many health problems again, or some health problems you can't avoid, but at least being able to avoid the ones you can avoid, you know. For example, stuff like feeling out of energy sometimes, that is just because you're unfit or you're eating bad, okay. So I really want you to think, maybe if you're getting married soon, maybe you're a bride or groom and you're getting married in the summer. You got like 6 months. You got 6 months. You got 6 months. You got 6 months until your big special wedding day. Maybe you've got 6 months to focus, and you're like, okay, I've got a goal now. Okay. However, I don't want you to overthink this. This could be a simple step. Overthinking it and progressing on the goal can come way later, okay? And that is a lot of trouble that people do as well, as they overthink stuff. When I say set a goal, I just want you to plug anything anything you can focus on, because as you get more fit, your goals are going to expand and develop, and you're going to develop as a person, and the boundaries are going to shift, okay? The boundaries are going to shift. I guess I'm saying just set a goal and start now, but you have to have a goal in mind. If not, you're gonna just sink back into your old habits. Should I tell you one of mine? Should I tell you one of my goals? Should I tell you one of my goals? I'll tell you one of my goals. Can you hear that in your left ear? Can you hear that in your right ear? Amazing. So one of my goals was, I don't want to be eating any sunflower oil or seed oils anymore, because I'm not a fan of them, and I believe they help with inflammation in the joints, and they're no good for you. So I made a commitment that every single product I buy, I always check the back of the label, and I check the ingredients to see if they have any seed oils in. And if they do, I put it down back on the shelf. And that is one of my goals I've set for the next month, 2 months, 3 months. I said I'm always going to check, and if it's got seed oils in, I'm not going to have it. So it could be a simple goal like that, but it just gets you moving, it gets you more fit, it gets you thinking consciously and subconsciously about getting more fit and feeling better, you know. Okay, step three. I know this is a little bit detailed, but sometimes you have to start from the basics for all you beginners. And if you're not a beginner, then sometimes you know what you're doing already, or sometimes you may need to be reminded again. And that's something I want to do. I just want to help people out, whether they're a beginner, whether they're carrying on in their journey, whatever. Okay, so step 3 is you need to do some form of physical exercise. Okay, some form of physical exercise. And I'm talking about resistance exercise. Now, I'm not saying you need to go to a gym. I'm not saying you need to go to a gym, because it's not true. You can get fit and healthy and feel absolutely fantastic by not going to a gym. If you want to go to a gym, that's fine. And you can make a routine at the gym. Or if you need help with one, just message me. Because I am a qualified personal trainer. Obviously, it's not. Yeah, that's what my passion was. And still is, getting people fit. So, you need to do some form of physical exercise. Now, listen, for male and female, but for you ladies, a lot of your goals are to get a little bit more fit and maybe grow your bum a little bit more, or get stronger in the legs, whatever, okay? Now, like I said, this could be male or female, but it's just typically what I've seen before. And that might be when you get up in the morning, why don't you do 20 squats? And then the next week you can do 25, then 30, and then when you get up to 50, you can now hold something. Maybe you can hold just whatever you have in your house. Maybe you can hold your baby if you're a mum while you're doing the squats again. But you need to do some form of physical exercise and get stronger for the guys. And ladies, like I said, but I'm just stereotypicalizing the situation just to make it easier. Maybe you get up and you do push-ups. So, for example, my goal as well this year is every time I get up in the morning, I just do some push-ups, and that's really training my brain. That's training my brain and getting my chest stronger. And although it's just a little thing, that little thing can progress. That little thing can progress into something a lot bigger in the future, but you just need to start doing something. Maybe you buy yourself a pull-up bar and do some pull-ups, okay? Maybe you can't do a pull-up yet, but at least you can start and try and get some kind of physical exercise behind you. There is so much content, a little secret. There is so much content on YouTube. All you need to do is type in body weight workout at home, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes, and then just follow one, and that is going to make you feel absolutely fantastic if you do it for a week, 2 weeks, and it might even inspire you to go above and beyond the game. That's the thing. I believe. People think it's a lot harder to get in normal, good-looking shape and feel healthy than it actually is. Yes, it takes a couple of commitments and it takes consistency, and you're not going to see results straight away, okay? You're not going to see results straight away. But you just gotta trust me, and for as long as you're watching me, I want you to stick to these commitments, and I want you to tell me in 4, 5, 6 months time how it has changed your life. Now, I've done a couple of videos on this, and I've got a couple of people saying, wow, I feel fantastic, you know. And like I said, maybe that leads to something else, and definitely it will help improve your life as well. It'll make you feel more confident. It'll make you feel more alive. It'll make you look better in clothing, and it'll just help you, okay? A little bonus tip. I don't want to overcomplicate this video. Make sure you are drinking enough water. Now, you haven't got to drown yourself in water, but just make sure you're constantly having a sip of water every now and then, and that's going to make you feel fantastic. And listen. A big thing is cut out sugar. I'm not talking about natural sugars. Like, I know some people say, well, sugar is sugar, but I kind of agree. However, I've never seen fit and healthy people that are eating berries. Look, like, they don't feel bad, they feel good, because berries are packed full of vitamins and like water is hydrating you, whereas sugar is just sugar, okay? So cut out the chocolate bars, cut out ice cream and stuff like that. Now you can have it every now and then, but you really need to step back from that, and you really need to take control of your life now, okay? Yeah. Okay, I know this has been a little bit of a rant, and maybe it hasn't helped you at all, but hopefully it has, and this is just the basic steps. If you want to ask me more questions, please do. This has been Brad ASMR. Hey there. Today's video is going to be slightly different. I'm going to be talking to you, offering you some advice. I'm still going to be relaxing you. Don't worry, but I'm going to be offering you some advice about where I would start if I wanted to transform my body, feel more confident, look good and look better, where I would start. So, if at the moment I know a lot of people are curious on where to start, and I don't know, maybe they can't afford to hire a personal trainer or online coach or something like that, don't worry. Brad ASMR, hence Gymbro hence the name Gymbro, is a qualified personal trainer and online coach. And I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks to follow if you want to get in shape over the next 6 months to a year. Now listen. This is going to be in a nice calm ASMR style. As you can see, we got the blue lights. We got the blue tinge of lights, just to make it nice and calm, because I know thinking about it can be pretty overwhelming. However, I truly believe that fitness should be enjoyed by everyone, and everyone should strive to get in the best shape they possibly can, And that even goes for me. I know I'm a couple of years ahead of the game right now, regarding starting off, because I'm not a beginner anymore, but I am a beginner because I'm learning every day, and I try and take different people's advice every day, So where would I start? So let's give a hypothetical situation. That some people might be in, and after personal training quite a few people, this is a common case study, and this works for both men and women. So if you're a man or you're a woman, this is where you could start if you wanted to improve your life, which, listen to me. I truly recommend you give it a go and you try, because you're gonna feel better, you're gonna look better, you're gonna be more alert, you're gonna feel less down in the dumps. Like, I'm not promising a miracle cure, because life is ups and downs, right? And everyone feels sad sometimes, everyone feels depressed sometimes, everyone feels happy, everyone feels excited and scared. That's the normal feelings in life, but getting fit and staying in shape and exciting your energy, it helps you to be able to mentally cope with different situations in life, So I would start off with making a video of myself looking in the mirror, and I would say in this video, my reasons why I wanna become a better version of myself today. So for example, I don't know, maybe you're 20-30 kilo overweight and you've got a little bit of fat on you, and you just want to get in better shape because you've got a holiday coming up in 6 months. Well, in your video you can say, at the moment I'm overweight, and I want you to talk to yourself in the future, like, at the moment I'm overweight, but I know I've done a fantastic job. I know I've lost that 20 kilo. It's taken me 6 months, but I've stuck with it every day, and now I'm finally here. So it's almost like you're manifesting like where you're gonna be, and along your journey, when you hit the road bumps and hiccups, you're going to be able to refer back to that, and it'll give you motivation, and it'll also give you a sense of achievement when you stick to something, how far you've come. So start off with that video today. Do it today. Secondly, you just need to start, and the best way to do that is go outside for a walk. I want you to, it's free, you can do that. I want you to consciously, not unconsciously, that will come in the future, consciously make an effort to go outside for a walk. So, whether that's in the morning or on your lunch breaks, or with your family. It doesn't matter. You need to start walking, you need to start moving, you need to start doing steps, because that is one of the most important things to a healthy body. And that is step one. That is step one of transforming your body, before the gym. Before any of that, that is step one. You need to get up and go for a walk. And that's going to help up here as well. That's going to clear your head mentally, and it's going to give you more clarity on the situation, because you're doing this for yourself. And everyone's brain gets fogged up indoors. Trust me, you have like ultra bright lights on you. You're not breathing good air, so you need to go for a walk, get a bit of blood flowing, okay? Secondly, food. You need to identify what food you're eating. And just use common sense what food's bad for you, okay? For example, try not to eat too much processed stuff. Write down a little shopping list, like, I am consciously gonna look at the back of ingredients of food products. And if that food product has more than 5 ingredients, I'm gonna put it back on the shelf. Something like that. Because some people say they don't eat much. Listen. Some people say they don't eat much, but they tend to snack a lot without thinking about it. So you need to start consciously thinking about what you're putting in your body and what ingredients you're putting in your body. And when it comes to like processed stuff, you don't have a clue what you're putting in your body. So consciously think the next time I go to the supermarket, I'm only gonna buy food with 1 or 2 ingredients in the bag, okay? For example, eggs, milk, vegetables, fruit, a piece of meat, and then you can mix it together yourself at home in like a food blender or something like that, okay? So, first thing is you just need to go outside and start walking. Second thing is you need to start looking at the food you're going to eat, because you are what you eat. That is the famous saying, you are what you eat. Okay, so you really need to think about what you're putting inside your body. Now, why am I doing this? Because I want to help as many people as possible, and I get a lot of questions like, how can I look like you? You're my dream shape. Well, this is for you, okay? Just keep stuff basic, keep stuff simple. Third thing, we come to the third thing. Let's join a gym. Let's join a gym, okay? Let's join. It hasn't got to be a fancy gym, for example. I've been to the most fancy gyms in the world. I've been to the cheapest gyms, and I've been to the most grungy, dungeon-looking like bodybuilding gyms. It doesn't matter as long as they got machinery there, as long as they got weights that are pushing you. It doesn't matter what you do, you can get in good shape with very, very, very basic amount of equipment. The gym's just an environment that you should go to I'll say religiously, but not religiously, consistently, a place where you can check out, and all you do is there is focus on yourself, and for that hour you're there, just push yourself and really think about why you're doing it and what you want to achieve. Okay, so join a gym, and just start doing something, okay? You can look up a full body routine, you can do anything. The main thing is you're just lifting weights, okay? Just take it easy, lift weights. And your body is gonna start transforming. Now, I could get into the more detailed parts, but unfortunately I charge for that. No, I was kidding. I could get into the more detailed parts, but that is only possible once you start. Okay? If you do not take that step to start bettering yourself, what's the point of me telling you about what to do in the gym? What to do in the gym, or little tweaks and stuff about exercises. There's no point. I just want you to follow these 3 simple steps, okay? I really want you to work on yourself. Come on, we're coming up to 2026. And you might say, I want to start in the new year. Guess what? I think like 85% of New Year's resolutions never even get started. Then 10% that do get started, they fail. And only 5% actually see it through. Yeah. So I want you to start now. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy Christmas. It just means you're going to have a month ahead of everybody else and you're really going to feel better, because I know life's hard and I know a lot of people are going through tough times mentally, and maybe people don't talk about it. People don't talk about it as much, but there's one thing I can help you with, okay? Is go outside, get some exercise and get yourself in bloody good shape, because that's going to make you feel absolutely 10 times better. It's going to make you go outside more, it's going to make you socialize more, it's going to give you confidence, it's just going to make your body feel less tired, even though I feel absolutely knackered now, but that might be because I have a little baby, and I'm still tired. Yeah, he keeps us up, but that's okay. So promise me, I know this ASMR was slightly different. If you have any questions, please ask me them. I can help with a lot of stuff, okay? And just promise me you're gonna start taking care of yourself. Yeah, amazing. Well, we'll begin back to the ASMR. You're used to, but hopefully you sat back, relax, enjoy this ASMR. And you just listen to it and let it sink in, okay? Okay, hello. This is Brad ASMR. And today, I am gonna be acting as your personal trainer and giving you advice on how to start at the gym and gain muscle and lose fat, okay? So this is just gonna be basic advice, and I'm gonna whisper it to you so you can play it as you drift off to sleep or while you're working, so I don't distract you too much, okay? So we are gonna be starting off at the very basics. From food, how many times a week you should go to the gym, and how to train each body part, and doing a simple workout routine, okay? Bearing in mind, this is just my experience. Everyone's journey is going to be different. That's the good thing about going to the gym. Everyone's journey is going to be different, okay? So the main thing, let's start off with you have no experience. You have no experience of going to the gym before, and you want to go to the gym because you want to better your body. Well, congratulations. That is step number 1 complete. So, like anything, you need a goal before you can start, because what that goal is going to do is that's going to motivate you on days when you're not feeling like you wanting to go to the gym, and everyone feels those. So as long as before you start this amazing, incredible journey, you have some short-term, medium-term and long-term goals. So for example, for me, maybe short-term is I want to increase my bench press to 150 kilos. Or maybe for you, because you haven't been to the gym before, it might be I want to look bigger and I want to put on a little bit of muscle and maybe fill out my clothes a little bit better. If you're a girl, maybe fill out a dress, like look better in a dress. Or if you're a guy, maybe fill out your suit a little bit better, okay? And then you've got like medium term and long term goals. It might be I have a wedding in 6 months time. It might be I have a wedding in 6 months time and I want to look hot for that wedding. Well, then you've got your goals, so you've set yourself a 6 month time. Okay, so number 1, number one tip is have a goal. Have a goal before you start this journey. Yeah. Okay, number two thing is you have two options here. You can either buy your own equipment, which is a little bit expensive, and you need a lot of room for that in your house or your garage or wherever you are. So what most people do is they join a gym. For example, my gym down the road is a gym that's just a standard like leisure centre gym. I used to go to a bodybuilding gym before, and that's when I was in the best shape I ever did. However, you want convenience, you want your gym to be just around the corner, so you have no excuse not to go, because if you are driving half an hour, 45 minutes to the gym, you're going to make up an excuse when you're tired, like I can't drive there. But if your gym's just 5-minute drive down the road, you've got no excuses, okay? You've got no excuses. Okay, so now you're at the gym. How many days a week should you train? So, me, for example, I train 3 days a week doing muscles. So 3 days a week training my muscles and my chest and my arms, my triceps and all my muscle groups. And then I do 2 days a week doing cardio. Whether that is on like the Stairmaster, or that's on a bike, or that might be doing skipping or something like that. Because to be honest, I really like skipping, and I can really skip. I bet I can skip better than you. Anyway, it's not about that. So for me, 5 days a week, and then I might go to the sauna 1 day a week. However, for a beginner, just try and get 3 days a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday of weight training, okay? And what I suggest for a beginner as well is you're gonna see a lot of conflicted advice on people's training, whether that's through social media like TikTok or YouTube or Instagram, and it can be a little bit confusing for your brain. So the best thing to do is simplify stuff. Just simplify stuff. And 3 days a week, just train full body 3 days a week. Stop doing the splits, because you want to just really get used to lifting the weights and feel comfortable. So 3 days a week, full body. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just have a gap in between, and then have a nice weekend where you can enjoy, relax, let your hair down and really enjoy, okay? Okay, so full body. When you're doing full body, what does that consist of? So that consists of, let's start from the bottom up again. So legs, that includes 2 exercises for legs. Whether that might be a squat, where you squat and you try and increase your leg muscles, and then it might be like a hamstring curl machine. And what I suggest is you do 3 sets of 12 repetitions, okay? So repetition is like you're counting each repetition. So say on a shoulder press, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a repetition. Each one of them is a repetition. And then a set is, after you've done 12 repetitions, that's 1 set. And you repeat that 3 times after you have a little break. So you repeat that 3 times after you have a little break, okay? So that's 12 repetitions, 3 sets. That's what I recommend. So each muscle group you're going to do 2 exercises. Try and keep the break to a minimum. Like, just get your breathing back and then go again 30 seconds to a minute. If not, your gym session is going to drag out way too much, okay? So with legs, like you said, do a squat, do a lunge, 3 sets, 12 reps again. And then I go on to the back. So I start off with the biggest muscle groups. So your legs first, and then my back, So I don't know if you could see, don't know if you can see, my back is quite big and I'm quite thick. That's because I lift with my back consistently. So the best thing you could do for back is some kind of row. So that might be rowing a barbell, like bent over row, or you could be rowing on a cable machine, like a cable machine. So any kind of row from here to here. There you go, from there to there. That could be bent over as well, from there to there, okay? So any kind of row. And then stick to the basics. Do some pull-ups, stick to the basics and do some pull-ups. Just set a goal, say like 15 pull-ups, and then you just keep going on that bar until you can do 15 pull-ups, okay? And that's your back. For your chest, for example, so let me show you the chest. So everyone says, oh, you got a big chest, which is true. But your chest links in with your back. My chest looks bigger because my back is a lot thicker, okay? So with the chest, you want to do one push, and then one stretch, okay? One stretch exercise. So maybe a bench press, and then you got a dumbbell fly, or on the pec deck machine, okay? All these are 3 sets and 12 reps, and then you do the shoulder, so you might do a shoulder raise to the side, and then a press. So you always want to do opposite exercises. And like I said, at first, do not worry about the weight at all. Like the gym is a friendly place to be. It's not an ego. Edit that bit out. It's not an ego place. It's just a friendly place to be where everyone's trying to better themselves. For the people that just focus about what weight you lift, just ignore them, okay? That's the best advice I can give. The gym is more about just getting the movements in and then slowly building up. Make sure your movement's right first, okay? So shoulder press, and then side raises with either dumbbells or anything you can get your hand on, because end of the day a weight's a weight. And then for the famous arms, how do they look? How do you think they look? For the famous arms, same thing. So the arms are a secondary muscle, and they're going to be working with every exercise you've done so far, okay? However, at the end, you just want to finish off with one exercise for your biceps and one exercise for your triceps, okay? So that could be your standard bicep curl for your biceps, or your standard dips for your triceps, okay? And that's going to build up your tricep and your elbow and your bicep, and that's going to make them secondary muscles really, really, really strong. Okay, and you might be wondering, how about the abs? Well, guess what? For the abs, mine are covered with a little bit of, not fat, but you need a little bit of fat to make sure you're growing your muscles. So with abs, just at the end of each workout or at the start, just do 15, 20 leg raises, or do a plank, or do some sit-ups, and each morning, like when you wake up, you can just do that, just to keep them nice and strong, okay? So training is nice and simple. You can incorporate any exercise you see, just as long as you're lifting weights and you're doing it consistently and you're doing it safely, and then you can slowly, gradually build up in weight and get stronger and stronger, okay? So, Brad, I've joined the gym. I'm doing my workouts 3 days a week. What else do I need to do? So there is one important thing there is one more important thing, actually, too. So the first thing is diet. You need to make sure you're eating well. So when I say diet, I don't mean you need to go on a diet. I just mean you need to eat well, and you need to eat well 90% of the time. And then 10% of the time, you can really, really enjoy yourself again, because that's what life's all about, enjoying yourself. So what foods are we looking for? So what I tend to focus on is, I'm not one of these that looks at all the calories, looks at all the protein, looks at all the nutrients. I'm just a person that looks at the ingredient list, and as long as it hasn't got too many ingredients in, I eat it. For example, a banana, the only ingredient in a banana is banana. An egg, the only ingredient in an egg is egg. Same with potato, chicken, beef, stuff like that. So I tend not to eat processed food. And I like to eat whole foods, okay? So that's what I suggest. Just look at the ingredients list. Make sure you're eating enough. So 3 times a day, eat a meal. Try not to eat too late. So try and have your last meal no later than 7 p.m. Then get up nice and fresh, 6, 7 in the morning, and eat your breakfast, okay? Eat your breakfast. And the final thing, ladies and gentlemen, and bear in mind, this is just a basic breakdown to help anyone out there that wants to get into the shape, okay? The final thing is, you need to enjoy yourself. Let me just show you. So, this body here is just a byproduct of going to the gym. So when I go to the gym and I eat really well and I'm training well, it makes me feel absolutely fantastic, and I like that. I enjoy that. That's fun for me. So the muscles and the body are just a byproduct of having fun. So don't be too harsh on yourself. Just relax, have fun, be consistent. It's going to take months and potentially years. And to be honest, weight training is something that you need to do for the rest of your life, keeping fit and healthy, because it will make your mind feel a lot better. It will reduce the stress, and it will just make you feel absolutely fantastic, okay? Absolutely fantastic. But if you have any other questions for me, please put them down in the comments. I don't buy it. Well, I can buy it, but I don't buy it, okay? So this has been Brad ASMR. I hope you all join the gym and you stay fit and you just get nice and healthy, okay? Take care. And I'll see you soon, okay? It's fantastic to see you again. Yeah, it's fantastic to see you again. I'm glad you're staying. I'm glad you're staying consistent. Yeah, and I'm glad you're asking me. a lot of questions, because Gymbro, as much as he loves his biceps, Gymbro loves to help people and answer questions about the gym, okay? So, what have we covered so far? So far we've covered things like supplements, how to start working out. We've covered a few different things, but you've got another question for me, so tell me. What is this question? What is this question? Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, just ask me it while doing this. Just summarize it, okay? I'm just gonna be flexing here. I'm just gonna be flexing while you ask me. Okay, yeah. Well, this way. I was kidding. Okay, fantastic question. So, your question was, I'm just going to repeat it to you. Just to make sure I've got the right idea what you're trying to answer, okay? What kind of clothing and gym wear should you wear to the gym? Yeah. What's the proper etiquette and stuff like that. Maybe, I don't know if it applies to you, but this will help other people as well. Maybe you're a little bit nervous about turning up because you don't want to be the odd one out. Now, you don't want to turn up like this because you feel like your body is not big enough, or you don't feel like you look good enough, even though I do not agree with that. I think you should wear whatever you want, whatever you feel comfortable in, whether you're small, whether you're big, whatever, okay? You should be able to wear whatever you want. And other people, if they do judge you, they have nothing else to do with their own life, okay? Because who the hell judges someone while you're at the gym bettering themselves? Exactly. So, let's start off with footwear. Yeah, sorry, excuse me. I just had a couple of protein shakes and I'm just getting it come up from my belly all the way up, and it's just giving me a little bit of burpiness, you know. But hopefully it doesn't come across that way, you know. Normally I can hide it a little bit. So what would you wear for footwear? Okay, I'll give you an example. So I got sent these shoes to try out, okay? And I'm always one for trying out different, like, sport shoes, hiking shoes, whatever. So I'm going to use these as an example. And I got sent them because I am Gymbro, you know, I am Gymbro. Okay, let me show you these shoes. Just to give you an example. So, this is your standard walking shoe, almost like sport shoe, right? The standard, it's got a sole that kind of comes up at the back, almost like a raised heel, but it's not flat on the bottom. So this shoe is purposely designed for hiking in mind, okay? This shoe is purposely designed for hiking in mind. So can you use this shoe in the gym? Of course you can use this shoe in the gym, but it is not the most optimal shoe to wear in the gym, okay? So if you are going to the gym and you are primarily doing cardio, for example, running machine, cycling and stuff like that, I recommend you get yourself a nice running shoe, or any running shoe that fits your foot, not something like this, okay, almost, but it is a little bit similar. And that's going to give you proper support when you're having that impact, with the treadmill or the Stairmaster or something like that, okay? Now, if you are lifting weights, you are going to want a shoe with a flat sole. So not a sole that raises, okay? Not a sole that comes up like this, starts off a little bit thinner and raises upwards. You don't want a sole like that, okay? You want a flat sole. Maybe like an Adidas Gazelle, or do you know, like the Vans brand, like the high top or Converse, and that is gonna be perfect for lifting weights and planting your feet into the floor, even during the squats and stuff like that. Is gonna be perfect. Now, that is more technical when you're going a little bit heavier, but if you did want to be perfect, that's what you would have, okay? However, if you're new to the gym, you ain't lifting too much weight, you just want to wear whatever you feel comfortable in. So if you've got running shoes, you can wear running shoes, okay? But as you progress up to protect your knees and stuff like that, you want to wear flat shoes while lifting. And then when you're on the running machine and stuff like that, you can wear running shoes, okay? That are going to give you fantastic support. Now, what do you wear on top? Well, like I said, you can wear anything you want as long as it's a little bit fitness related. It's not got any zips or buttons or stuff like that, because it can have zips on the pockets but not on the bum area, because that cuts into the material, okay? Or if you work on a building site, you can't come in and work boots and stuff like that, okay? So just come in sports gear, maybe just a like a t-shirt, a sports t-shirt. If you're a girl, come in a sports t-shirt as well, or maybe like a sports bra or something like that. Okay, do you know, like the long ones? Forgive me, I do not know the technical name for them. So like a sports top or whatever, maybe a pair of shorts or a pair of sports trousers, whatever you want really. Just make sure it's clean, it's tidy. Other than that, it doesn't matter what the brand is, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it don't matter if it's Adidas, it don't matter whether it's Calvin Klein, it don't matter whether it's Gucci, Primark, I don't know, what's a cheap shop in America? Target, it doesn't matter whether it's Target clothes or anything, just make sure it's clean, tidy, you feel good in it, you're not too restricted, and you are just ready to move, okay? And then as it gets hotter, obviously you can wear your shorts and stuff like that. So basically, there is no need to worry at all, okay? No need to worry at all about what kind of clothing you're gonna wear, because everyone is gonna wear the same stuff. And listen to me, listen, this is a tip from Gymbro. And trust me, if you are worried about what clothes you're gonna wear, like as you've been going to the gym, you see people spending hundreds and hundreds of pounds or dollars on these really expensive clothes. I guarantee you, those people are gonna be the ones that quit first, you know? Yeah, I promise you. If they're a beginner and they're spending all that money, like you don't need to at all. It's not going to improve your performance. That's why I love the gym. I love fitness, because it's about what's inside your heart and your mind. How far you can push yourself, okay? How far you can push yourself. It's not about the clothes. Like, we could all do it naked, and that would be a square, like, playing field. However, that would be a little bit disgusting. That would be a little bit disgusting on the equipment. We'll just have to wipe up all the time, you know. Yeah, so question answered. Is that your question answered? Yeah. So basically, wear whatever you feel comfortable in. Just make it a little bit sports-like. A sports top, some trousers, some shorts. Wear whatever you want, and just make sure your shoes are suited for the activity you're doing. Maybe running shoes or flat shoes for lifting, okay? Does that sound good? Now, do you want to see me pose? One sec. There you go. If you got any other questions for Gymbro, just let me know, and I'll be happy to help you, okay? I'll be happy to help you, okay? Take care. Bye-bye. I am Gymbro, your personal trainer. And in today's video, I am going to be giving you some tips and hints of what to eat throughout your day if you want to get strong and healthy and you want to transform your lifestyle. So, let me just tuck into this banana. By the way, listen, just give me 1 second. To be honest, a banana and ASMR doesn't go together, so I'll save that for later. However, listen. A banana is a perfect snack for you to have throughout the day. Now you can eat 2 or 3 of these a day. They're nice and cheap from the supermarket. Like, I can pick up 5 bananas and it will cost me about £1, maybe 80p, maybe £1.20 in some shops, okay? So a banana is a perfect snack. If you're feeling peckish, grab yourself a banana. Now, I am going to be telling you different foods that you can eat throughout the day to incorporate in your meals, have for snacks, have for breakfast and stuff like that, okay? Rather than eating some stuff that's not gonna help you get to your goal, okay? Does that sound good? Does that sound good? So listen carefully, listen carefully. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. So, first things first is what should you eat for breakfast? Now, your typical breakfast is usually what? Like cereal, maybe you have some cereal. If you're from England, maybe you have like cornflakes, maybe you have like cocoa pops, maybe you have like Cheerios, something like that. Maybe you have Weetabix. Now, there is a time and a place for them, and I'm not saying you can't have any of these foods. I'm just saying it's better to have them in moderation, okay? So for breakfast, this is what I personally do. And bear in mind, to be honest, I'm not in bad shape, okay? I'm not in bad shape. I can be in better shape, but I'm not in bad shape. So for breakfast, I usually have some eggs. So I try to eat breakfast in the morning before I go do my work. These are just 15 British free-range eggs. And normally what I do is I change up the different ways I eat the eggs because I get a little bit bored. So I'll have 3 or 4 of these eggs in the morning with a slice of sourdough bread. I ain't actually got any now, so I can't show you. So yeah, I would have boiled eggs, I have scrambled eggs, I have fried eggs, fried in butter, by the way. I avoid seed oils, so I fry all my stuff in butter, or coconut oil if I'm roasting, or some beef fat, okay? So 15 eggs. If you are not eating eggs, and you are not a vegan, then I definitely suggest you buy yourself a box of eggs and start eating more eggs each and every day, at least 2, okay? At least 2. And that's gonna give you good fats, that's gonna give you good vitamins, that's gonna give you good protein. Per medium egg, there's about 6.5 grams of protein, okay? And it's got fantastic fats and minerals in there as well. So an egg is a superfood. So yeah, for breakfast I'll have an egg. And some sourdough toast with a little bit of butter. Now, when it comes to butter, I forgot to bring my butter dish, but when it comes to butter, I only get real butter. I do not get like margarine or like the spreadable stuff, because they include a lot of seed oils. And to be honest, like I said, me personally, I've done some research and I do not really like putting rapeseed or sunflower oil in my body, okay, especially not palm oil either, okay. So what should you have for dinner? We have our breakfast out the way. Now, what should you have for dinner then? I'll get over to the snacks. Like I said, this is just a real simple breakdown without going into too much detail, but it's going to give you that little bit of insight, because guess what they say? They say diet is the number one important thing to look good, feel good, have the energy to move on, and then obviously exercise goes hand in hand, okay? And listen, as a gym bro, I want each and every one of you to look fantastic, okay? Each and every one of you. Yeah, okay. So, for dinner, I would get something like this. British beef mince. This one is from Waitrose, and it's the 15%. This one's from Waitrose, and it's the 15%. This is the standard British beef mince. It's pretty high quality. Obviously, if you want higher quality, you need to go to the butchers or somewhere like that, which there's plenty around, so you can have a look out for that. But why do I get the 15% fat one? Because to be honest, I like fat, and the research I've done and the way my body feels, my body needs a lot of fat coming in. It doesn't, by the way, a lot of people are misunderstanding. A lot of people think if you eat a lot of fat that you're gonna gain fat yourself and look fat yourself. This is not true. Your body needs fat. It needs fat for brain function. It needs fat for a lot of things, okay? So I go for the 15% British fat, and I would have, and by the way, this is only one ingredient. It hasn't got flavouring in. It hasn't got other stuff in, because I like to buy whole foods and one ingredient foods and then flavour it myself after, so I know exactly what I'm putting in it. Like you have flavoured one of these and they put sugar in, they put glucose in, they put different stabilizers, different preservatives and stuff like that, and your body does not need that. Okay, so something like this, or chicken, or maybe lamb, or just anything. If you're vegetarian or vegan, you can go for like you can go for more vegan options. Like you can have eggs, you can have what they call it what's high in protein for vegan food. You can have like eggplant, you can have different broccolis and different stuff, okay, broccolis and different stuff like that, okay. But if you are vegan, getting your protein in is a very hard goal, getting it in naturally, but it can be done, okay, it can be done. You just need to look out for these options, because being vegan doesn't mean you need to sacrifice your health, okay. So yeah, I go for beef mince, and then I'll go for like something like potatoes as well, nice whole potato, and then I'll go for like broccoli and some peas and vegetables along the side, okay. So I like to keep my diet very simple, but it's delicious, and that way you're going to be feeling absolutely fantastic, okay, fantastic. Like I said, there's so many options. Just a little tip, try and keep the ingredients to single ingredient foods, okay, because you want to avoid the preservatives, you want to avoid that added stuff, okay. Now, you've had your lunch and you've had your dinner and you've had your breakfast, so what snacks can you have? So, listen. For a snack, I like to go for Greek yogurt. So this is authentic Greek, 10% fat yogurt, so full fat yogurt. Now a little tip. When you go to the supermarket, you might see Greek style yogurt. Now, a lot of people say, oh, it's the same stuff, but me personally, I can tell the difference, and I'm telling you, Greek style yogurt is horrible compared to authentic Greek yogurt. This is more thick, it's more creamy, and I just feel like it's better for you, alright? So you can mix this with different fruits or nuts, and just have Greek yogurt as a snack, and it's delicious. It might take a little while to get used to like the tanginess, but it's good for your gut, it's good for your health, and it gives you a good amount of protein and fat as well. So like I said, you can mix that with grapes, you can mix that with very dark chocolate or stuff like that, okay. So this is a fantastic snack alongside the banana, alongside the nuts as well. Now, if you are a milk drinker, I would suggest that you go for something like this, okay? Now, this Graham's milk has been blown up lately because it's very popular. They keep stuff nice and authentic, and they don't add stuff to their cows, okay? So I usually go for Graham's Gold Top milk, or listen, if I can't get access to this, because sometimes it's sold out, I go for blue free range or organic milk, okay? So this is going to offer you the most protein per like milliliters you're drinking. It's going to have great fats in as well, and like I said, your body needs fats. It's a misconception that you need to cut out fats. Trust me, your body needs fats for brain function and just natural function of the human body, okay? So this is what I go for, Gold Smooth, and I mix this with my protein, or I have this for breakfast or in my cups of tea, you know, because I am British. So yeah, basically that is a quick rundown. That is a quick rundown of the different foods I eat throughout the day. Obviously I eat more than that, but a little tip, like I said, is keep stuff simple, keep stuff whole, keep hydrated. Fill up a water bottle with good tap water, tap water or whatever you decide to drink. I like to avoid tap water. I just don't like the taste of it around here because I moved areas, and if you move areas, like the tap water just tastes totally different. So yeah, I fill up a bottle, and I carry this around with me. Every now and then I take swigs of water. Now you don't want to guzzle water, just take swigs of water with you, stay hydrated throughout the day, and you are gonna feel a lot better. Maybe you're feeling a little bit tired or lethargic, and that might be a case of you not drinking enough water again. So yeah, hopefully you found this information helpful, okay? Hopefully you found this information helpful. If you have any questions at all for Gymbro, please put them down in the comments. I am happy to help you. Let's get strong together. 2026 is our year. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video. I'll see you. I'm Gymbro. Lovely to meet you. Yeah. So you want a bit of advice about like workout splits and how to schedule your workouts week by week, yeah? Amazing. Well, guess what? You've come to the right place. I can help you with that. So I've been going to the gym for about 9 years now. On and off. Like, I've always been going to the gym, but there was a time when I went travelling, so I had a few years break of doing your conventional gym. However, I've still done bodyweight exercises and a little bit more calisthenics. So I know a little bit about the gym. Okay, so you've joined the gym, right? Congratulations. Firstly, congratulations for taking that step to try and improve yourself. A little story. I left my old gym and I currently joined a new gym, which I just had a tour around today, and it's a lot better price and it's a lot better for the kind of training I want to do. It's a little bit more like dark and dingy and just get on with it kind of vibe rather than like leisure centre vibe. I don't really like leisure centre vibe, but it can, like, whatever you're into, that's fine. That's absolutely fine, because wherever you are, you can get really good shape and you can do your thing, and you can just you can just train wherever you are. That is another thing I've learned. Okay, so enough rambling on, Gymbro. Enough rambling on. There is a few different workout splits you can do. First workout split I'll go into, so I'll go over 3 again. So the first one is going to be training 3 days a week, weight training 3 days a week, and that's going to be full body, okay? Next one is going to be training 4 days a week. It's going to be training 4 days a week, and that is going to be upper, lower, okay? And the last one is I'd say your stereotypical like Gymbro bodybuilder split that you might have heard. I don't know, maybe people are saying, like, you've seen Instagram ads or YouTube ads saying, like, if you want big biceps, follow this workout split, and they train like 7 days a week, non-stop, like 2 times a day without any rest. Okay, now listen, you might think that I do that. Well, I don't. I'm telling you now that a lot of people cannot do that, and it's not sustainable to a lot of people unless you're taking the secret sauce, if you know what I mean. And I would highly recommend that you do not take that stuff. You do not go near it. Listen, I don't want you to touch that stuff. I don't want you to touch anything unnatural. I just want you to be yourself. Be strong. Raise your testosterone. Or your strength. Or if you're a guy or if you're a girl, just raise your strength and feel amazing. Feel perfect. Feel good naturally rather than sticking to like fake stuff or stuff that is gonna harm you later on in life, okay? Because remember, nothing in life comes for free. Everything has a good side and a bad side, and you will pay for stuff in the future, okay? For example, even looking after your health and fitness has a good side and bad side. The good side is you feel absolutely amazing. Your confidence goes up, your mental health feels a lot better, you look fantastic, and you can do a lot more stuff. But the bad side is you lose a little bit of time. That you have to commit every single day, and you can't eat whatever you want, whenever you want. You have to watch what you eat a little bit, okay? So yes, starting number 1, full body. This one is what I personally did for the first 2-3 years of my training, and that was when I got in the best shape. So your week is scheduled Monday to Sunday. So the way I used to do it is Monday I would do a full body training day. Tuesday, a day off. Wednesday, training full body. Thursday, day off. Friday, training full body. And then the weekend you can just relax and do whatever you want, okay? On days off where people get a little bit confused. On days off, I don't want you to sit on your bum. Go out for a walk. Go for some active rest, I don't know. Go cycling, go trampolining, go whatever you want to do. Go play some golf, whatever you want to do. You need to keep moving, get outside and do some stuff again. The worst thing we can do is just relax and sit down all day. Your human body's not designed for that, okay? So full body, what does that entail? Full body, it means doing 2 exercises per muscle group. So 2 for your legs, 2 for your legs, 2 for your legs, 2 for your back, 2 for your back, 2 for your chest, 2 for your shoulders, and 2 for your arms, okay? Now it is pretty full on, and you are gonna struggle at first in finding the time. However, what you do is you just get your head down. You don't have much rest, and you just do what you can, okay? And then week by week you're gonna slowly improve. Okay, I can go into more detail about specific workout plans in later videos. But Gymbro is giving you all his secrets right now, for free. I don't care. You can have them. Okay, you can have them. By the way, I am going to be going through a transformation mission of myself. I feel like I've lost it a little bit, but I want to get it back. Okay, Alright, so the second one is upper lower. Now you might have heard this one before because this is quite a popular split. So your workout will be scheduled like this. It will be scheduled Monday doing upper body, Tuesday doing lower body, Wednesday rest day, Thursday upper body, Friday lower body, Saturday and Sunday rest days, okay? Rest days. Now, I don't mind this one. I like this one. This one feels good. It feels good. I like full body 3 days a week, but I also like this one, okay? I also like this one because it lets you really focus on your legs and your upper body. This one is a good one if you have 4 days a week, okay? This one's a good one if you have 4 days a week. Now, okay. Now, that brings us to the last one, which, in my opinion, is a little bit unachievable unless you want to commit your whole life at the gym and you are focusing on recovery and you're focusing on all that stuff, okay? So this one is where you split every single muscle group up, okay? every single muscle group up. So Monday you'll do like bicep, Tuesday you'll do tricep, Wednesday you'll do legs, Thursday shoulders, Friday back, Saturday chest. Okay, Saturday chest. I do not like this one because as a personal trainer, our goal is to try and get the client to be the most sustainable as possible, working around their routine. And for most people, listen, for most people, going to the gym 6 days a week, for 45 minutes or an hour at a time is totally unachievable. And who, come on. Now we like the gym, but who wants to spend their whole life at the gym, right? I did. To be honest, I did. I was a personal trainer and I was there all day, every day. However, for most people, they don't want to do that. They've got family, they've got parties to go to, they've got traveling to do, they've got loads and loads of stuff, right? They could be doing, I don't know, they could be going to restaurants, shopping instead, right? So to be honest, if I was you and you was new to the gym, don't do that one. You're not getting enough volume in. For each specific muscle per week. So if I was you, I would pick either the full body one if you've only got 3 days a week, or the upper lower splits, okay, if you got 4 days a week, and that is going to be your best option. To really grow in the first couple years of training, okay? All the other workout fads you can do. The main thing is you're just lifting weights consistently and progressing up, okay, and changing the exercises you do. However, just keep it simple, keep it basic. Go to the gym, do upper, do lower, do full body, but don't break it all up unless you want one day where you're feeling absolutely exhausted and you feel like, oh, do you know what? I just want to pump my biceps, and then just do a bicep day, go home, feel good, relax, recover, rest, take a bath, do whatever you've got to do, okay? So that has been Gymbro's workout tips, okay? Yeah, make sure you are taking that advice, okay? And if you got any questions, please let me know. Alright, good luck, and let's grow together. Okay, perfect. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Thank you for choosing Brad ASMR for your relaxation. Make sure you click on the screen now to experience more tingles.